In this video, we're going to talk about how to install WSL2 with Windows 11. You want to make sure you're using Windows 11 with this because this opens up a whole new world of capabilities. You're using now official drivers from NVIDIA and Microsoft, not beta test, rapid release versions, so you can install it all out of the box with Windows. It greatly simplifies the install procedure. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's get this going. We're going to essentially be following the NVIDIA directions that they have here for the CUDA on WSL guide. First thing I'm going to do that they don't even mention there is we're going to check for updates with Windows. It says I'm up to date, but let's see. You're up to date. Now, what's really nice about doing this with Windows 11, and you want to do this with Windows 11, is the Windows Insider program. You don't have to do the Windows Insider program. It used to be that you did. And the Windows Insider program, I found at the level that I had to do for this previously, made my computer very unstable and reboot happy, which are not good combinations for a machine learning workstation. So I'm glad I don't have to do that any further. They talk about why WSL2, virtual machines. The main app that I want to get out of this is Docker, so that I can run Docker for Windows and have access to NVIDIA GPUs. So that's what I'm doing here. WSL1 and 2. I've worked with WSL1, not something I want to go back to. So we're going to stick with WSL2 because that's the one that works with Windows, and the driver is a lot more integrated than it used to be. And this is really the virtualization that they're giving you. What's nice about this is you can set up virtual machines and truly run Unix. Now, I might do more of a series of videos on WSL2. Some of you are looking at me like oh my gosh, running Windows. Machine learning, who would think? But I'm going to try to take this as far as I can and see really if this will work okay for me. So step one, install the NVIDIA driver for GPU support. You just need this driver. You will not need to install CUDA drivers in your Linux subsystem, which is awesome. And then you also do not need to install them into, so let's click this. So here it is. We're going to get the CUDA driver. This is actually already the same CUDA driver that I had on this machine already, so that rocks. Because I will tend to want to do some things from Windows directly, but then also run Unix. That's going to be my ideal situation. This is the GPU that I am running. Yours may well be different. Let's keep this large and in charge. So we'll search that, and we'll download. Agree and download. 4 minutes, we'll fast forward. And by the way, we're just starting this here at 9:26 p.m. St. Louis time, so let's see how late Jeff stays up installing WSL2. Always a good benchmark. All right, it's downloaded. Let's go ahead and run it. I just clicked on the button there. This might well interrupt my recording. I'm upgrading the video driver while screencasting through Camtasia. What could possibly go wrong here? We'll fast forward through this and keep fast forwarding through this. This is just installing. There, the screen goes black. Hopefully we're still recording. I have no idea what you're seeing, but well, that was awesome. That blew Camtasia completely out of the water, but we're installed. So let's go ahead and close, and let's go back to our instructions. We're going to go ahead and launch PowerShell. It doesn't mention running an elevated PowerShell, but so I'll right-click it and run as administrator. Yes. All right, we have the super PowerShell. So WSL.exe install. All right, installing virtual platform. Now, by default, this is going to install Ubuntu, which is very much what I want to do. But you can install other, like Cent and others as well. Also, this is installing just command line. So if you want GUI sort of support, you're going to be launching Jupyter and VS Code and others out of it and then hitting them with your browser on the host operating system from Windows here. We'll go ahead and fast forward this. I thought it was going quick, but there's a bunch of 0 to 100s it looks like. All right, the requested operation is successful. Changes will not be effective until the system is rebooted. Okay, here we are back after a reboot. I'm going to open up PowerShell again. And of course, we need Super PowerShell, so run as administrator. And let's see if this WSL exe upgrade works. We'll fast forward to this. All right, this change will take effect on the next, you're killing me. Doesn't sound like I have to reboot the entire computer. I'm going to be double safe. I'm going to reboot the whole thing. Come back in. All right, we're rebooted. Back to PowerShell, Super PowerShell. And now you should be able to just do the WSL command. Okay, thought they were installing Ubuntu for me, but whatever. All right, so let's follow the instructions here. Did that. Let's go ahead and do this from the command line. So we're going to do WSL -L-O, Ubuntu Debian. Yes, I want Ubuntu 2004. That's what most of the machine learning stuff is compatible with as of the recording of this video. So we're going to do WSL --install, and we'll do, there we go. And it's downloading it, so we'll just let this run. Okay, it's getting later, 9:53 p.m. How many of you think it'll still be 3:17 when I finish this? Let me know in the comments. When do you think I'll be done? Okay, so at this point, Ubuntu is installed. We can see it here. We can also see the version-specific one that I installed. Let's go to the version-specific one. I always like to know what I'm doing. Installing this may take a few... Aha, that's what got me before. Error. The virtual machine cannot be started because a required feature is not installed. Oh, Hyper-V. Yes. Okay. So yeah, Hyper-V I need to install at hardware level. So woohoo, another reboot. Seriously, who thinks this is going to actually work before midnight? Let me know in the comments. Okay, after my latest and greatest reboot, let's see if it works. So I'm going to launch Ubuntu. Installing, this may take a few minutes. Okay, at least it's not bombing. Okay, this is important. Please create a default Unix account. This username does not need to match your Windows username because everybody likes as many passwords as possible. So I'm going to just say Jeff and then enter a password that I'm not going to forget. All right, there's my password. Okay, and they're telling you the usual things about sudo. To run a command as administrator, user root, use the sudo command. That works. And we're now in Ubuntu. And like they mentioned here, this looks very handy. We can do cd, mnt, and ls. There's all my drives. If I want to go to C, there's C, and that's real handy, just to be able to move files between these environments, or even probably run them purely on C. Now, if you're going to run things purely on C, you might get some permission error because I'm not sure you can actually change the Unix level. These kind of things over here, in fact, seeing those question mark, those are clearly Windows files. So doing chmod, I don't know how that would work on an NTFS volume. It's certainly something to look out. Anybody have any advice there? Please let me know in the comments. I'm mostly a Linux and Mac user, but I really do want to see if I can get this working in Windows. All right, and then they have some examples, like if you want to run the Black-Scholes option, I know that's used in financial option trading. So let's go ahead and we're going to install Docker. So I'm going to do cd just to get back to my home directory. And this is my home directory inside of WSL2, actually inside of Ubuntu. Not my Windows home directory, but let me copy this, paste that in there, and we're going to download Docker. That is funny. WSL detected. We recommend using Docker for Windows. Recommend, but don't require. Poor Windows is always the redheaded stepchild in this world. But I think it's going to work well. So once you know the password, it's the one I just created. I entered my password. And by the way, what it's talking about with Docker for desktop in Windows, you can certainly do that. And I have Docker for Windows desktop installed, not on this machine, but on another one. The problem then is you can't use the NVIDIA GPU. If you want to use the NVIDIA GPU, you've got to use WSL. So do not follow their very poor advice up there. Okay, so that is set up. I suppose if I enter Docker, it should be there, yeah. So Docker, I probably need to use a sudo here, but Docker PS. I probably need something else running, or we need to set it up to auto start. I think that's what it might have been telling me up here, but let's go ahead and finish the installation. So we're going to run this, and we'll run this one. Okay, we're just setting up the GPG keys so that we can download these. Let's put this in, and likewise this. So this is all one big command. Yeah, that was all one big command. Run it like that. There we go. Okay, now we're going to update sudo apt. That's just making sure we have the latest listings of all of the packages that apt-get can install. And then now we're going to install NVIDIA Docker 2, and off we go. Okay, that's why it wasn't responding before. That's what I thought it was. I was just a little ahead of the ball game on a separate WSL2 window. So they want another one of these. We can do that. So that's the second one. These are both running out of the same space, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I can see my other shell there once I actually type the right command. Now we're going to start the Docker service. Okay, Docker has started, so let's go over to my other one. Now I should be able to do Docker PS. Permission denied, so you need sudo Docker PS. Nothing running. That looks good. Let's go ahead and run a benchmark. We'll run this. It's going to pull a Docker image for me. We're going to run it with GPUs. That's the key. Sudo, even though they didn't have that in the copy paste. So sudo docker run. Unable to find image locally. And if you've worked with Docker, you've seen this kind of thing a billion times. So it's downloading this benchmark Docker image. All right, that is awesome. So it ran it. We pretty much have it working now. Now, do they give me NVIDIA SMI? Yes, awesome. And there is my GPU, the NVIDIA A6000. So this works. We have NVIDIA GPU up and running on a Windows computer. I can use Unix and I can use Windows side by side. This was not that bad. This is cool. Who knows? We might be using Windows a lot more for some of these examples and using it right from Linux, because that mirrors how you'll probably run this on the cloud and other things. But let me know, what do you think? Do you want to see a lot more deeper on WSL2? Are you appalled by this running even in Windows? I actually really like Windows. I do like the GUI and other aspects. If it wasn't so reboot happy on installing upgrades, that would be nice, but I often solve that just by unplugging the internet from it. Then it doesn't get any bad ideas from the Redmond Microsoft mothership. So let me know in the comments, what would you like to see this do? The next video I'll probably do is just set up TensorFlow and those others, but that really follows very much the other videos that I have. You just literally do pip install and you should be good to go. And of course, they've got a bunch of other type things that you can do here as well. Let's run this. This is a Jupyter notebook that has a capability for WSL2. So let's paste that in, except we need sudo at front. So it's downloading this Jupyter. Let's fast forward through this because I would like to show you how to have Jupyter up and running. Okay, just downloaded it. You can see we're running a standard TensorFlow Docker image. And we need to copy one of these. I'm going to go with this. Okay, got that. Right. Okay, copy that and copy. So now let's try this in a browser. All right, And bingo, we now have this going. We can do Python 3, import TensorFlow. I'm going to just run a quick notebook that I have from my course at WSU in deep learning. I like running this area here. It tells me if the GPU is available, and we'll run that. Pandas is not available. That's fine. How could they not include pandas? Sklearn. Okay, they're shooting really minimal, which is fine. GPU is available. Rock on. All right, that completes it. This is set up. I'm going to probably follow this up with just a more actually using it, how I set up local paths, how I manage files in the different locations. I'll dig a little deeper on permissions and other things. Maybe also setting up things like the Docker container to actually start up automatically, and perhaps even starting up a WSL2 instance automatically as you boot Windows. These are all things that I would certainly want to be able to do there. And look at that, 10:36 p.m. How many of you thought I was going to take longer to do that? You let me know in the comments, or were you surprised it even took this long? Thank you for watching this video, and if you're interested in seeing more about WSL2 with Windows and how you can use NVIDIA Docker and other applications all on a Windows workstation, please let me know. Thank you for watching this video.